All right, we are going to do a monarch butterfly using a special crayon transfer technique to make it have symmetry. The first thing I'm going to do is fold my paper in half while it's horizontal, so side to side like a little book. When I do that, it made a line down the center where the crease line is. On the crease line, I'm going to draw the butterfly's head and body. Now, an insect's body has 3 parts, so I'm drawing a head. I'm just using a semicircle, kind of like a backwards letter C. I'm going to draw the thorax, so another curve, keeping it on that crease line, and then the abdomen is going to be the last curve that goes down, not quite to the bottom, okay? Then I'm going to make my wings for my butterfly. I'm going to start right below the head. So my wings are going to be coming from the thorax of the butterfly. I'm going to start about here and reach up almost to the corner of my paper. I'm then going to make another curved line. It's going to come down and make a smile curve and end about there. Then I can connect those 2 lines. Kind of a triangle with a little bit of a rounded edge. My bottom wing is going to start here, still on that thorax. It's going to curve around and come back and end on the top wing. So I'm coming down and curving back up to the top wing. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and add my antenna. I just need one for now. So I have half of my butterfly. I want to go ahead and put those beautiful monarch details on there, those black lines. There's some white spots on the tips of the wings. So I might just section off that part and draw some round shapes to show those spots. I'll do the same thing down here. And different monarchs have different numbers of white spots. You can just kind of pick what looks good to you. Now, the rest of this wing is going to get divided into sections with these black lines. I'm going to do something a little special for my monarch. As an artist, you can kind of change your design to express maybe a thought or a message. I think I'm going to put a word in here. I'm going to make a line up here just to kind of separate this section, and maybe another one here. And then in this space, I'm going to write a word. I think for this one, I'm going to write the word love. So I'm going to make an L and an O and a V and then an E. Now notice I'm making my letters reach all the way from that top line to the bottom line. I think that looks cool. And I can add a few more extra lines. And then on the bottom wing, I think I'm just going to go ahead, I'll make a shape that goes along with my word. I made a heart shape, and then I can add some lines in there too. That looks like a pretty full wing design. So the next step is going to be to outline all of my pencil lines with the black crayon. I'm pressing really hard, getting a lot of waxy black color on there. Because a butterfly has symmetry. I'm going to close this up, and I can even see a little bit of my design through the closed paper, which is helpful because the next step is I'm going to take a pencil and pressing really hard, I'm scribbling all over my paper. So if this was a book that I was using right now, this would be like the cover of the book. I'm just scribbling all over. Now you're going to see in just a second that as I'm doing this, my butterfly design that I did on one side is going to be transferred to the other side. And I actually can see a little bit through this pencil, that design peeking up on the cover. All right, are you ready? Check that out. When I open up the paper, the crayon has been transferred from one side to the other. All I need to do now is go back over those lines and fill them in to make them match this side. And I'm ready for the next step. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a little face. I'm going to color in the eyes, maybe leave some shiny spots. I'm going to make a little spiral to show the proboscis. That's the little straw that the butterfly uses to get nectar from the flowers. I'm going to color in the butterfly's body. I'm coloring it in kind of lightly with my black crayon. You can color in the face. Since I pressed hard on those eyes and the proboscis, then I can just shade in the rest with my crayon. And you can also color in some of the areas of the monarch, like the tips of the wings. I'm going to color around those white circles. You could color those in at this point. Now for coloring, you have some choices. I have 3 different coloring tools here. I've got crayons, which I could use. I've got 4 different shades of orange here. This one is orange. I've got red orange. That's one of my favorites. Making sure that I have symmetry. I've got a color called dandelion, which is nice on its own. It's a yellow orange. Or you could blend it with another color to make a new shade of orange. So I'm just layering those colors on top of each other, and that can make some really beautiful new colors. I've even got like a apricot or a peach colored crayon. Again, you can use it on its own, or you can blend it with another shade of orange. So crayons are a great way to color this. If you happen to have some paint, some watercolor paints, you've got yellow, orange, and red, so you could use them as they are and fill in, like this is just regular orange. But you could also experiment and see if you can make some new shades of orange by layering. Like if I do a little bit of yellow on top of that orange, that changes that orange a little bit, makes it more of a yellow orange. So you could use paint. Or one more little trick I wanted to show you is that if you inside outline, that's what I call tracing the inside of a shape. I'm inside outlining. I'm going to inside out both of these hearts, inside outline both of these hearts. I can inside outline some of these shapes too. And this is a regular Crayola marker, which means that I know that it's water soluble. So that if I get a wet paintbrush on there, that ink is going to turn to paint. So you can go ahead and use whatever coloring tools you have available to you to finish off this gorgeous monarch butterfly. Can't wait to see yours.